Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. Welcome to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, where the sun always shines and the power of spirit is ever present. It's good to see familiar and new faces in our congregation, and we also say a big hello to everyone joining us live on Facebook and YouTube, courtesy of SPTV and our producer, Richard James. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest medium, Elizabeth Titterton, from the beautiful Mull of Kintyre in Scotland, who will be giving us her reading, address and demonstration of mediumship. But she will begin with a brief introduction about her spiritual journey and work as a medium, and then open our service in prayer. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Bill. Morning, everybody. It's so nice to be here. It's quite a journey, but it's so lovely. I've enjoyed coming, and my sister lives down here, my oldest sister, so it's really nice to be here with you today. My work as a medium takes me all over. I've been to quite a few different places. I've always been aware of spirit. Not quite sure what to do with it for a long time, but I was always aware since I was a tiny wee girl in Scotland. Spirit were always with me, and it was never unusual. I would be catching various energies in my house, out with the home, and it just grew with me. And I was happy with that for a long time, until really I started to question, purely through grief, where it would take me with this, because I was wanting to connect with loved ones. That was primarily that was the reason, the push really that I needed to actually get where I am at this point today. So it's been really influential. I've had lovely mentors, too many to mention here, but in Scotland in particular, Gordon Smith's been a wonderful mentor, as are others for me. And they brought out what I would hope to be the working person that I am. And I try to do it with much humility, because it's not about me, it's all about spirit. That's the way I work. It's all about the energy and all about what they offer me to bring to other people. So I do hope you enjoy it. Scotland, as I say, where I live in the Mull of Kintyre, there's very much in the way of spiritual churches or spiritual development, so I have to travel probably often to Glasgow and Edinburgh to do a lot of my work, and then elsewhere. It's very Church of Scotland based where I live, so it was quite hard to kind of just come out and be honest with what I was doing amongst my friends, because everyone where I live knows everyone else. So they always just knew me as Elizabeth. Until I decided at this point I needed to take it further. So I do hope you enjoy. I do hope you enjoy today. I know I'm looking forward to it very much. Thank you. So the opening prayer now. If you would just close your eyes, please, that would be lovely. Thank you. Great Spirit, our prayer is offered simply this day, as our love for Spirit is carried in our every word. Our faith allows us to take comfort in the grace and the majesty of Spirit's presence. And as we sit together, we can feel that power, that love, as we offer our prayer to you collectively. And as our world is striving for peace, we ask for Spirit's reach to touch those who are suffering, those who are grieving, those who are lonely. We ask that Mother Earth and her animals feel love. Under the light of Spirit, let it shine brightly this day. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now, please join me to still our minds and open our hearts as we pray for all those people, children, and animals in need of spiritual healing, love and light across the planet, in places of war and conflict, nations affected by natural disasters, victims of the Syrian conflict, the Turkey earthquake, and everyone involved in rescue operations and foreign aid. For the alleviation of war in the Ukraine, our National Health Service, the selfless doctors and nurses who work tirelessly for our well-being. May we also remember the children who passed in Bournemouth and their families and friends. We pray for peace in our time and the abolition of atrocities and violence. And we thank the power of the Holy Spirit for giving us strength and hope in times of doubt and despair. We include at this time the following names from our church healing list: Jackie, Kelly and Stephen, James, Lloyd, Marion, Philip, Diane, Anne, Mary Dixie, Shirley, Barbara, Jill with a J, and Jill with a G, and Marion. Thank you. We now move our attention into the healing silence, to be followed by the serenity prayer, which we will say together. And please refer to the white boards on either side if you are unfamiliar with the words. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Jim, can I ask you please to take the offertory in church? And we will now say some hellos to our friends online. If I can actually see that. Right. Joe. Good morning, Joe, and welcome to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. And Stace Shaw. Good morning, Stace, and have a lovely day. Nicola Humphreys. Good morning, Nicola. Thank you for joining us today. And Tony Wright. Good morning, everyone. Blessing to everyone, says Tony. And same to you, Tony. And from Kelly Roquette. Blessed be from Australia, everybody. And the same for you, Kelly. Thank you very much for being here. And good morning to Kim Byrne. Have a lovely day, Kim, and nice to see you. And Ivy May. Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Ivy May. And Alison Turnbull is saying hi. Hi to you too, Alison, and have a lovely service with us today. Good morning as well from Christine Davis. Good morning, Christine. And Eva, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Eva. Denise Smith, saying hi to everybody, and hello to you too, Denise. Welcome. And Tracy Honey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tracy. We'll do a couple more and then move ahead. Natasha, good morning, Natasha. Very nice to see you, and thank you for joining us at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. And Yvonne Jackson. 3 mauve hearts, which is lovely, and we send the same for you too, Yvonne. So thank you, everybody, and it's a pleasure to welcome you all here. Thank you, Jim, for doing the collection, and Elizabeth will now give us her reading, followed by her address. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Hello, everyone. The reading today for me is very much influenced by the Native American connection that I have. I've got a wonderful guide, and these words come from a Native American who has influenced my work very much. So I hope you enjoy the reading. He wrote this in 1877, and his name was Chief Yellow Lark, and the words are so poignant today and relevant. And as he addressed the Spirit, he said, "Great Spirit, whose voice we hear in the wind, and whose breath gives light to all the world, hear us. We need your strength and your wisdom. Let us walk in the beauty and make our eyes hold the pink and purple sunset. Make our hands respect all you have made, and our ears sharp to hear your voice. Make us wise so that we may understand the things you have taught us, our people. Let us learn from you the lessons you have hidden in every leaf and every rock. Help us to remain calm and strong in the face of all that comes to us. Help us find the compassion without empathy overwhelming all. We seek the strength not to be greater than our brothers or sisters. Make us always ready to come to you. And as life fades, just as the sunset, my spirit shall find its way home to you. Thank you. And that's his reading. Hope you enjoyed it. So straight into my address. Now the address, I keep moving. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to stop myself today because the energy I work with tends to make me move around. So I'm trying so hard to be stationary. But the address today is quite a personal address for me. But it talks of faith and then loss of faith and then regaining it again. It's quite a personal story for me. It's about a couple, friends that I know, an older couple, who lost their daughter. And their daughter passed with a cancerous condition. Jane was her name. She was lovely, and it was their only daughter. She was a wonderful girl, and she gave everything to everyone. She was a light. So when that light was taken from Janet and Charlie, they crumpled, as you would. And for a while, I hadn't at that point been in touch with them, but they asked me to come and sit with them. So it started a really strong friendship between them and me and Jane. And after 2 or 3 different visits, Charlie this day was quite quiet, and I was asking him if he was okay. And he said, could you possibly just ask Spirit if they can find something for me? So I sat, and after a few minutes I suggested to him that Spirit were showing me a ring that had been given, a ring that had been taken away, but a ring that was still around. It was quite puzzling for me to offer that from Spirit, but that was the way Spirit offered it to me to offer to them. And he could take it. And at the very end, as I was leaving the house, he told me that the ring had been given to him by his darling daughter, Jane. Both Jane and Charlie had been offered a ring from her after she returned from holiday. And he had worn it for years and years. And after she passed, the ring came off his finger. Now, they had always a great faith. But when that ring disappeared from Charlie's finger, he wasn't the same. So they polish stones where I come from. Jen and Charlie have wonderful stones that they pick up on a beach at Machrihannish. And they're special stones. And those stones, when they're polished up, sit and the energy just enlightens all that comes close to them. So I asked them for a stone, and I said, let's go outside, Charlie. Now, they had a massive garden, and at the far end was a massive vegetable plot. So I took the stone and I threw it into the vegetable patch. And I said to Charlie, that's where your ring is. That's where Jane's ring is lying. And he said, Elizabeth, I've checked 100 times. I said, the ring's there, Charlie. Her ring is there, and she'll show you where to get it. Anyway, months went by. And in between 2 or 3 different visits, months had gone by and we hadn't heard anything. Until this day I came home from work. and the phone was flashing. Someone had left a message. And when I picked it up, she said, it was Jen, and she said, Elizabeth, you're not going to believe this. And I said, is it the ring, Jen? And she said, yes. Found in the place where your stone landed in the vegetable patch. He's like a new man. He got so frustrated that he got a metal detectorist to come out and search that part of the garden where the stone lay. And within about 2 or 3 minutes, that stone and that detector uncovered the ring. And he wore it ever since. So for faith, a strong, strong faith, to having lost a lot of faith, to regaining it again, was so much for Charlie. He felt that tangible connection still with his wee girl. And he passed just about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. And I miss him. But the story really, or the address really reflects that faith will see us through everything, that spirit are never far. And when we need them, they are there. So I hope that was okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Now let us take a moment to reflect on the address before Elizabeth demonstrates her mediumship. Thank you. I would ask, please, that if a spirit communicator is drawn to you with a message, please respond with a clear yes or no to the statement. Or if in doubt, just say, I'm not sure, and Elizabeth can then ask spirit for further clarification. It is important for Elizabeth to hear your voice, as this is the conduit for the energy which spirit need to make a strong connection. If Elizabeth is drawn to you online, please respond with your text as clearly as possible, and note that there is often a 15 or 20-second delay in the medium seeing your response on screen. So please be clear and concise with your answer. For instance, yes, my mother, father did pass with this condition, or have a house by the sea, rather than just yes or no. So those are the ground rules, and I'll hand over to Elizabeth for the demonstration. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. That's lovely. I have to say that when I walked in today, there are places where you feel energy as soon as you meet the door. And I felt it today. It's a wonderful place to be serving, and thank you so much for inviting me here. It really is a pleasure. Now, the very first energy that I do have, and I'm trying again to stop myself moving here, is a gentleman. And I feel with the gentleman, there was an issue with alcohol at some point, and I almost feel with him, he's showing me much remorse. He's a lovely man as he comes through, and I feel he had a heart of corn, as they would say in Scotland. He really was of a lovely, lovely spirit. But I felt it was almost like a Jekyll and Hyde when alcohol would be an issue. Is there anyone in the church here, I feel, that has a relative that had a problem initially with alcohol? But I do feel with his energies coming through with much love today. I don't know, I feel as if I'm drawn to the right-hand side of the church. And I do, yes, he's bringing me in. Can anyone take that at all, please? I'm just over here. I feel there's a John connection to family, or a J initial connected to him. Yes, thank you, I'm working with you. He's coming in, and as I say with him, I feel there was a frailty with him as just prior to his passing. So I feel it really did take its toll. A lot of the life he had, the life he led, had quite an impact on him. And I do feel that is the way he's coming in. But I know there's much love connected to him. Now, I think I'm getting something online here. So can you just bear with me 1 second, please?
Yeah, Joe is online, is saying, my dad, alcoholic. My initial is J.
Thank you, Joe. Yes, I am coming to you, dear, and I do feel with your dad, there's much love coming. I know he had much remorse since moving to spirit, but I know he comes with love for you today. He's showing me an anniversary coming up, or an anniversary close to this date, but he comes in with much hugs, And if you were here, that's the way he's showing me. He's just showing me the hugs for you. There's very much a connection also to March and the month of August. So he's showing me March, but he's almost always showing August. So I know there's relative dates in March and August as well, Joe. Yes, thank you. His birthday's coming up. He's showing me yellow flowers for you too, dear. So I know again as March passed, you know we had daffodils and it was always yellow. But he's showing me yellow energy around you and he's very proud of you, Joe. He's very proud and very caring as he comes through. He knows that what you do really affects others and you're a lovely girl, He said there's almost 4, 5 in the family. It's almost like he's showing me 5, but 1, I'm getting this. And August is his wife's birthday, lovely. He's showing me 5 in the family, but I feel someone passed probably earlier than they should have. He's showing me the 4 relative to you. And yellow flowers are your daffodils, thank you, and sunflowers. Yes, 5. He's showing me also a connection to Scotland, Joe. So I don't know whether you can take a connection to Scotland, but it's almost like he's taking me back to where I am in Argyll. So I know that the west of Scotland is being shown for a connection to family. And I do feel that that was a journey, a popular journey or a journey that he is taking you on. So there's a connection certainly coming up. And he passed in August, thank you. Showing you the west of Scotland, so please watch for this coming up in the way of family members. And you live at number 5, thank you. Please know that he comes to you. I don't know whether there's a decision you have to make or a decision you were thinking about, but he's almost showing me a juncture in the road for you. But please use that gut, that intuition. It's something that will be of benefit to you. You went to Scotland with him. That's really lovely. Yes, he's giving me a nod and giving me that for you. So please take that from your wee daddy. Now I know that there's Margaret associated with family as well, Joe. So it's either Margaret or Maggie. But there's a connection to a Margaret. And again, he's showing me the connection with him in spirit. So I feel she's there, further back. There's a further back connection. And there's also, thank you, he's also showing me the name Andrew being given as well. So I know there's an Andy or an Andrew associated. Thank you, yes, thank you very much. Just know that he's around your home. Have you got, Margaret was his wife and mother, and my mother, perfect. Now he's showing me the white door, Joe. Do you have a white door at home? Where is the white door? Because he's showing me the white door and coming in the home. So he is around your house and he's loving the energies around the home. You're very spiritual yourself. You've got a lovely connection. So work with it, Joe. Work with him because Dad's coming in. Please take his love, dear. I'll stop now and try. I've got another energy coming in to me. So please know he loves you. He loves you. And he does feel much remorse because he realises what his whole attitude around alcohol did to the family. But please know he's very much still with you in spirit. Thank you so much, darling.
Joe's just confirming the white front door.
Oh, white front door, that's wonderful. Thank you, Joe, very much. Thanks. Now, I do have another Margaret, so I don't know if anyone can take it in the church, but I feel I'm being drawn to the church, and there's a lady here with, I'm getting a Margaret connection to her, not necessarily her name. Can anyone take the name Margaret, please, in spirit? I do. Is that you, Jackie? Now, I've got a mum, a very maternal energy, dear, as well. So I feel your mum, does that make sense to you? Oh, she's wonderful. She's so like you, Jackie. So I feel with her energy, when I look at you, I see her. You're so like her, and I feel she's been around you all for such a time. And I know that as she comes in, her faith was strong. So for me, there was that's what she gives me. She said, Elizabeth, my faith is like Jackie's. I'm at home here. I'm at home here. That makes total sense. She's so proud of you. You're a wonderful connector with spirit. But she's showing me Anne as well. Can you take Anne, Jackie? That's lovely. Again, much fondness for Anne. And she's showing me a lady who passed, I feel. I don't know whether there was an Alzheimer's connection. That makes sense. She's showing me the Alzheimer's connection. But again, that whole love around you from them. I almost feel there's a band of them here. So for me, there's like 5, 6, 7 of them here. 3 brothers. There's something about 3 men. Does that make sense as well? And they're coming in. Oh, lovely. And again, just coming in and doing that and just giving you that, sis, my sis. And again, they're so loving as they come in. There's laughter and there's joviality. And there was much love around that family table. It's almost like I'm seeing the kitchen table and the world was put to rights around that table. And it still is. It still is, because she says, thank you. She's around. She sits at that table. I don't know whether she read tea leaves, Jackie, or someone read the tea leaves. They're on about the lady that was very much, she loved her tea, but it's almost like after tea was drunk, they would read the tea leaves. So I don't know where this is in your family tree, but that lady's in spirit as well, and she's coming through with her. So it's coming through with your nan, very much so. And again, there was much deliverance. Who's the artist in your family? Who draws? You can take that as well, because they're proud of the artist, proud of the drawings. But they talk of a journal that you keep. So I don't know whether you have a journal, a personal journal, Jackie, but they talk of the writings in the journal in the home.
I did years ago.
I feel they want you to do this again, because your words, your writings are very important to spirit and others. So for me, they're saying, open the book up, darling, and write, because you have a story to tell. You have a wonderful, wonderful story to tell. There's a dog with them as well, Jackie. So I feel the dog is coming in as well and just being offered from them. The dog sits still in your home. So for me, there's a dog that comes around your home or comes around the garden, but the dog is there and very much part of family. So for me, the dog is just part and parcel of the family and coming in. Wonderful wee dog. Now, thank you so much. Can you take the name Bagnall? Bagnall? Or maybe moving on actually, but I don't know whether it's a surname or a place name, Bagnall, but they're giving me that and they're almost shouting it to me. So if not, please don't worry. Not worry, please don't worry, I'm fine. I just feel they're shouting Bagnall, Bagnall. But as she comes in, I felt your nan. Has someone still got her apron?
I don't know where it is. Somebody's got it. I don't, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
she always wore one.
It's almost like I'm seeing a wee blue and pink apron around her as she comes in. And she said, you know, my darling, I'm here. I am here. And she talks of the ring, and I know I talked about a ring earlier, but I don't know who's got the ring. I think this is your mother's ring. Do you have your mum's ring, Jackie?
I do have a couple of things.
Yes. She talks of the ring as well.
I have my nan's engagement ring.
Ah, that's what it is then. She's showing, because it's almost that ring there I was fiddling with. Please take their love, dear. They're very, very strong, very strong. You couldn't miss them, actually, as I came in. So please take that lovely, lovely, comforting love from them. Thank you so much.
Elizabeth, Joe from online is saying thank you so much for such a beautiful message.
Oh, thank you, Joe. It's my pleasure, dear. I'm just the messenger. Spirit are doing it all, really. Now, I wonder if anyone can take a relationship to Bagnall, or the name Bagnall. It's very, very strange. It's almost like that's being shouted in my ears. I really don't know geographically where I am, but I feel as if they're giving me the name Bagnall. Now, I have a sister, I feel, coming in that went to spirit. Now, I feel I'm over here. Has anyone got a sister here in spirit? Is it you, dear? Yes, she's very, very bright. Her energy for me was so pure. So for me, there was such a pureness to the way her energy came in and the way it left. But it left such a gap. It left such a gap. And I feel mum and dad, everyone was so encompassed in that grief for a long, long time, and still think over. You still think, always think over. She's such a bright little, she's bubbling as she comes in, and for me there's a real love and laughter with her. So for me, she's laughing. She had a laughter with her that you couldn't not laugh along with. She's a wonderful, a wee girl, just at that point when she was just showing her energy and her lovely nature. She had a wonderful, went quick, so for me there was a quickness to her, and I hate doing that, but that's the way they worked. Now Jilly's coming in online saying my husband worked for Bagnall's. Please Jilly, this could be a double link dear, so please keep watching here. I do feel with your sisters around, it's almost like a little sunbeam. You're seeing that in your home. So for me, I feel there's a room in your home where the light changes or the light moves. Oh, that's wonderful. I feel with her, watch for the light on the picture, because she's showing me, I'm Elizabeth. Can you take an Elizabeth connection as well to family? Can't. Don't worry if not. It's almost like they're pointing at me here. So for me, there's an Elizabeth or an Eliza, Elizabeth. There's something Lizzie. That's it. It's just they're shortening the name, so I knew it was either Lizzie or Eliza I was getting. Yeah, thank you, darling. Thank you coming in. Now, can you take the name Jean at all? Jean. That's lovely, because she's coming in and she's doing this. So I know that she really needs to give you that very close. I know you were close, and I know she's around you too. She comes up often comes to you. There's a cat as well. A cat. I've got a black and white cat. A black cat with a white, either white around the chest or white around the face here, but there's a black cat with white on it. Black. Okay, there's to me there's a little white part in the chest. Yeah, thank you. Can you take Millie? Can you take the name Millie or Molly? Molly. You can take Molly, that's wonderful. Please know that they're coming in now very strongly to you. August the 17th is my mother's birthday, but they're giving me that. So August the 17th or around that part in August. Yes, is wonderful. Again, they're showing me flowers for you, dear, and I almost feel it's forget-me-nots. So for me, they're giving you that from Spirit and saying, please don't forget us, because we are here. We are here. I know you sit and speak to them, and they talk of you. Yes, always speaking to them. And I think that's really important, that the communication stays, because they answer. You waken around 3:30 I'm getting. It's almost like there's a 3:30 or 3 o'clock connection in the morning. I feel you're awakening. If you're not, please watch for it.
3:30 in the morning?
Please. No, well, watch for that. If you should waken, watch. There's something they're showing me around 3:30 in the way of energy coming in and working with you, just sitting with you. But I feel it's a very loving energy. Thank you so much. 3 o'clock, 3:30, definitely being given. And again, I don't doubt what they give me. They almost do this. They give me a nod and say, right, Elizabeth. So they're giving me 3:30 again. But a wonderful. You've got a lovely crew in Spirit, and that's the way I would put. Is someone in the Navy?
I had a cousin in the Navy.
So they're showing the Navy connection as well. And again, during the war, there was someone who went to war.
My dad.
Your dad, loving man. And I know as he comes in, he's handsome.
He was, yeah.
I almost feel there's a movie actor face here. He could have been on, he's lovely, and he's almost laughing when I said that. But to me, there's a wonderful. It's got love. I'm trying to think of the actor, but for me, there is an actor in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Gosh, Rod Taylor. Check that out, please. This is the kind of image I have of your dad. So there's a similarity here, and I feel I'm getting a nod again. He's quite happy with that similarity being given, so I know he's happy to be saying, yeah, okay, I'll take that, and just know that he's there. Your father's very much there. And again, can you take Hampton Street or Hampton Road, something very similar? Hampton. Don't worry if not, don't worry.
Little Hampton.
Oh yeah, if you can take that, that's wonderful. Yes, they just gave me Hampton there, so I know. And can you take Smithton or Smithton Place or Smithton Street? It's like Smithton. Don't Don't worry if not. I feel I might be moving from you. But just know they're giving me 23 as well as being relevant. I feel that was on a house door.
I was 23 when I had my eldest daughter.
Oh, well, it could be that. Yes, it could be that. I almost feel they're showing me on a wall somewhere. So it could just be they're showing me the 23 as being relevant to yourself. And again, no, thank you. There's a gentleman in spirit also. So for me, there's a gentleman who has stood back to let them come in first. But all he's doing is this for you. And I know that love is very strong with him. And yes, he never leaves. So I know he's around you all the time. And he's very, very loving. And I know that as he comes in, his hands are big. He had for me, there was quite a largeness to his hands, but a real strength in him. And just catching yours. So for me, that's what he's doing, he's pulling you to him. And again, those hands are wonderful because the eyes and the hands are the most physical things I see when I bring them through. And he's showing me the hands and he's almost doing that for you. So please take his love, dear. Very, very grateful to have given you that. Thank you so much. No, thank you. I feel as if I've got a young man in spirit. I don't know if anyone can take that here, but I feel as if I've got a young man who passed to spirit quite quickly. Can anyone take that, dear? I think it was you. Yes. Connected to family. I feel his passing was sudden. And he's coming through. There's almost, to me, there's a shyness with him today, but not amongst family, if that makes sense. It's almost like he's saying, can I do this? I need to tell her I'm here. But within the family group, he was just the life and soul for me. He just loved being around the family and being with you, being with family. He's a lovely boy. And that's the only way I can describe him as he comes in. He's a really lovely boy who needs you to know he's there. It's almost like after his passing, I don't know whether questions were asked or whether there was something around his passing. There was almost people looking retrospectively back after he passed for some reason.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Does that make sense? He said, it doesn't matter.
No.
Because all that matters is that I'm here now with you. I'm okay. And I've always been okay since going to spirit. I feel grandfather's with him.
Yes, that's right.
Would that make sense, dear? Yeah. Grand is there and Grand is doing that for you as well. So I know he's there with him and he's always been with him. He welcomed him over, took him over. I know, but just before he passed, somebody said they felt his passing. It's almost like somebody wasn't there, but they felt his passing nevertheless. So whoever this was, they did feel it because he came to them just as he passed. It's almost like somebody in the family felt. It was almost like an urge or something within that passing that they felt very, very sharply, that they weren't around him when he passed, but they felt the passing. So he's been around you ever since. And I know that when he comes to is there a home here? Why am I getting Nirvana being played?
Yeah, one of his favourite bands.
Is that right? Because he's showing me Kurt Cobain here and it's loud in my ear, dear, and very lovely. And he's laughing because I think it drove people mad, the music, but I love music. And very much, so do you. He said, so she does, she likes her music.
Oh, I do, yeah.
And he said, please know that when I come to you, all I do is sit and listen to you. All he loves to do is sit and listen to you speak, to family speak. He's coming very much. Now there's a Jamie connected to family, or a J initial to him. I don't mean that's his name, but he's showing me like either Jamie or James. There's a J initial he's showing me. I feel there's...
J initial.
Yeah, still here? Oh, your mum. Is there someone still here with the J initial? Jim, Jamie.
My brother.
That's what it is, because he comes around him too. And I feel the energy comes around. Who's Anne connected to you as well? I had Anne earlier, but I've got Anne.
Anne, that's my friend's mum.
That's fine. Well, I'm being given Anne from him, and again, much fondness for Anne, so that has to be passed here as well, that is mentioned Anne. He's also showing me a Welsh connection. Does that make sense? To Wales?
And ashes were scattered in Wales.
Oh, wonderful.
And her family were from there.
Lived in Wales. That's lovely. And again, it's so important. That's quite a lot of pride in that Welsh connection for them, for her. And again, coming in. There's also a dog coming to you as well, dear. So I feel I've got in fact, there's 2 dogs. 2 dogs.
Yes.
That makes sense, coming to you. And they come and sit all the time at your feet. So for me, those dogs wander in and out quite happily still. Coming in, coming out. And again, they're showing me December. So I don't know whether somebody passed around December or...
Well, some did, yeah.
That's fine. He's showing me December, and he said Christmas was never quite Christmas.
No.
Again, but he said this year, it's Christmas. So again, it has to be celebrated, because he would have celebrated it with you. And he does. I almost feel there was a place setting left when he passed.
Yes.
There was always a place setting for him. He was still around, and he was still regarded as being part of that lovely group of people. And he needs to give you that love for everyone. Tell them that he came in. He's a wonderful boy, but he's giving me 13, so I don't know whether that's relevant as well to someone. 13. It's not unlucky for him or unlucky for you. He's showing me 13 in the way of I think that's a house number, or somebody lived on the 13 something or other.
My great aunt lived at number 13.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it's just that's fine. He's just giving me the 13 and the memories around the 13, the place where 13 is. It's also showing me 27 or thereabouts.
That's my birthday.
Flowers being given for the 27th, dear. He said, flowers, they might wither, but the sentiment's always there with you, Mum. So I know that he gives you the flowers. Now, also, can you also take Winchester? I might be leaving you. Winnie? Is there a Winnie in spirit?
There was a dog called Winnie.
Oh, that's it. He's giving me Winnie. I thought it was Winchester, but it is actually Winnie, dear. So again, with them in spirit, with them. He's also showing me, yes, thank you. Is there a name? It's almost like fly for an animal, fly, or something very similar to that, sky. But he's showing me that, 3 letters, fly. I almost feel it is fly he's giving me. Don't worry, check that. But he just shows me that love for you. He does come around the home. Have you got a big circular mirror in the house?
Yes.
There's energy around the mirror. So watch for that wonderful energy coming around your mirror, dear. I almost feel there's a handprint at times. So for me, he's showing me his energy coming in around the home and around that energy. Coming to you and just giving me my darling mum. Just take that, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can anyone take the Scottish connection, please, to Scotland? Hi, dear. Oh, I'm moving again. I'm really sorry, Phil.
Right.
That Scottish connection's loud and clear here, dear, and coming in very much for you. Okay. Have you got Granny in spirit?
Yes.
Oh, wow. She's lovely. She comes in and she's really strong. And all I'm getting from her is this, so I need to give you that from her. There's a closeness from her to you that's really unbreakable. So for me, that grandmother comes into you, your train of thought a lot, dear. Someone called after her. Someone called after your granny. There's 2 she's showing me with the same name, unless there's one with a middle name. But she's showing me someone here, I feel.
Yes.
Does that?
I understand, yeah.
That's lovely. She's showing me the other person with the same name as her. She's showing me something very much around you at the moment. So I don't know whether you've got something, it's almost like a juncture for you. There's something in the way of a change, a shift.
Yes.
But she's showing me that shift to be of benefit. And that shift will be good because she's around very much and showing you that need for that shift. And trust it. Trust her. Trust her, she's saying. She's lovely. Now I know, can you take Helen or Ellen? Helen, Ellen. They're in spirit with her. So there's a connection to family further back. Take that as, I think it's Helen, I don't feel it's Ellen, but she's showing me Helen with her in spirit, but further back again from your grandmother. But see, when she comes to you, is there a birthday just coming up? Anniversary just coming up? Or just past? She's showing me flowers because I feel there's a birthday coming up or an anniversary. Whether it's her anniversary, I don't know. But it's almost like your granny's giving me flowers for you, to give to you. And I feel, are there flowers in your house at the moment? In a vase? I think it's the energy around the flowers, dear, in the house. Where the flowers sit is in the light.
Yes.
Very much in the light, as we would. But she's showing me the light in that house and her energy around you. So keep talking to her. She's wonderful. She talks also of the Irish connection. So can you take a connection to Ireland as well? Because I live in the Mull of Kintyre and I can actually see Ireland from our coast. And it's almost like she was taking me to the west coast and then showing me Ireland. And she's giving me that again. So check that, please, if you can, because your granny's very much showing me. Can you take the name Patricia?
Yes.
Lovely. Can you also, yes, thank you. Can you take the name Joyce? Joyce or Joe? Joyce, Joe. Not sure. Okay. Please know that they are around you and very much needing to come in today. There's a gentleman with them in spirit. So I feel I've got a male energy also to your side. If that makes sense. He's of an age with you. And he's coming in as well. So have you got a brother, cousin energy of an age with yourself in spirit? I might be going now. No. Just take that, love, dear. She's lovely. She's giving me that. She had a great faith herself, and she's coming in very much like that for you. Please know she's here. Thank you very much. Thank you. Can anyone take a brother, please, in spirit? A brother. I feel as if I've got a gentleman to someone's side. If it's not a brother, it's a brother-in-law, but I feel as if I've got a brother energy coming in. And I feel he's strong, his energy is very strong. I'm coming, see at the back of the church here, sir, you don't have a brother energy in spirit. So you've got a brother here, but not in spirit. Right, you are. It's maybe not yourself. I'm just looking to see if there's anything there online, but I don't see anything. Kim. Okay, Kim, I do feel I've got a brother energy coming in, dear, and I feel that he's showing me 2 dates very close to one another. Would that make sense to you? And James as well, Danny. Now, going back to Kim just ever so briefly, I feel they're showing me 2 dates, Kim, 2 dates. So I feel there's 2 dates very close to one another. I almost feel there's a birthday, but there's also a passing very close to one another. Please take that. I'm getting the number 21. 21 as well being relevant. And I know that 21 is being given from him. There's much love coming to you from him. And I know, brothers, you really miss their energy when they pass, don't you? You miss everybody's energy, but brothers in particular, you really, really miss. So I know that when he comes to you, he's bringing laughter in. He's bringing much joy. He's showing me the white car. So I don't know who has the white car, but he's telling me to tell them to check the tyre, if that makes sense. It's the weirdest thing, isn't it? But they show me the weirdest stuff. But they're showing me to tell you to watch the tyre in the back. I think the back right white car's tyre. Someone in the family has a tyre. It's not serious at all. And his daughter's now 21. That's lovely. Now, with him, with his energy, Kim, I feel as if he's showing me the piano being played. So who's the musician? Someone in the family, a musician. It could be double, James. Just keep listening. Musician in the family. Yes, thank you. Now, when he comes to you, it's almost like you've got the white car. Thank you very much, Kim. Just check the tyre, dear, on that car. He's showing me Dean Martin being played. Does that make sense to you? I don't know why, but I'm getting Dean Martin being played in my head here. So he's of that era, or he's giving me that. He loved that era of music, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. I feel that was played almost at a passing. This is really strange, but that's what they're showing me. And I feel with him, he's saying, turn Dino on, Kim, turn Dino on. So I don't know why I'm getting that. His nephew, that's wonderful. Please know that his energy is coming to you today, because I do feel there's healing needed. There's almost some healing needed. And he's offering it from spirit. And he would offer it always with a phone call, or he would offer it by just chin wagging with you. But he's doing the same thing from spirit. And he's showing me James. Who's James? I had that earlier. He's showing me the name James. James. There's always a little delay. James or Jamie. James or Jamie. But again, he's making reference to them. Yes. So you love the Dean Martin. That's fine. Please tell him. Please play it. That's what he said. Please play Dino for me. So I know that he's around you when you're playing your music. There's also a song, and it's Pink. And it's that song that oh gosh, I can never remember the name of it. But it's When You Get There, or something very similar. That's fine, James. Just keep I think it is this double link with Kim. So please keep listening. That Pink song is relevant. And your dad's got a friend, James. Well done, Kim. He's just coming in and giving me that as well. He's also talking now. Do you know a Charles as well? Charles is being given to him, from him. Charles or Charlie. Charles or Charlie's been given. And he's also showing me, it's almost showing me around Cambridge way, or around that part of England. Can you take a Cambridge connection? Cambridge or around that area? Yes, he's giving me that again. Please hold on to these. Please hold on to these bits of evidence, because I do feel that, yeah, he's giving me again with a nod. Just know your dad's. Just know your brother's around you, and I feel father's been mentioned also. So please know that they very much come to you from spirit with love today. That's all they're bringing in for family. So Charlie was your son's middle name. Granddads were Charlie, my son's middle name. That's lovely. Again, they're just making reference to the people in spirit. Wonderful. I'm glad you can both take that information, because it's so important. There's an American connection also. Can you take an American connection? USA. I almost feel it's the East Coast of America. And I feel that that's been given from spirit too. There was someone I feel that travelled to America when they were quite young and settled there, and I feel that they're showing me the American connection to family. And again, just take that love for both of you from spirit. Thank you very, very much. One more, that's lovely, Phil. Thank you so much. Now, thank you. I have a lady, and I do feel I'm over here, so I do feel I'm coming to this side, dear, and I feel as if I'm with yourself. The lady with the glasses and the dark jacket, yes. Is Mum in spirit? Oh gosh, she's been waiting ever so long since I actually laid eyes on you right at the very start, and I feel she's so similar to you as she's coming in, very like you. So for me, those eyes are just her eyes, and she comes in like that. She's coming to give you that today, because I feel you're in real need of it. You've been asking her, I feel, to come in, or asking spirit to come and give you that hug. So I do feel from spirit they're giving you just exactly that, and she comes in with much love for you. She talks of, yes, I don't know whether she's been around the last few weeks in particular, so I don't know what that means, but she's been around the last few weeks and very much giving you that, coming in and just offering it. She's a woman who I feel wasn't short at giving you exactly what you needed at any one time. So I feel her voice really carried, and her words carried as well. She's a very, very powerful lady coming in, but with such a gentleness to her that I just feel she was almost getting overshadowed by everyone else. So she's coming in to offer it to you now. Now, I talked of Elizabeth earlier. Can you take Elizabeth, or the name connecting you to Elizabeth? I don't mean that's her name, but to family. Shortened version of Elizabeth. I think there is. I can't go back, and I know when she's giving me that, there's someone with her in spirit called Elizabeth, but coming in to offer. Yes, thank you. She's showing me the number 10. So I don't know if October or the 10th of a month is relevant to you, but she's showing me flowers around that. She's also showing me flowers at a resting place that were left just recently. So she's showing me a resting place and you visiting somewhere recently, leaving flowers, or flowers were left by someone in the family. She's been around you since her passing, so I know that since she's passed, she's very, very close. So I know that she hasn't really left at all. She sits with you at home. Do you have a big, wide window at home? Do you have quite a large window in the house? And 2 chairs sit looking out. It's almost like they're not looking in, but the chairs are almost sitting looking out the window. Is this a memory then? Is this her house, I wonder? She's showing me light and 2 chairs that would sit looking out the window. Yes, she's. Yes. Have you got a conservatory? It could be then. Have you got a nice lawn? Have you got a nice greenery behind the conservatory? She's showing me the light and the chairs looking out on that part of your garden. Watch for the light changing in your, I know it will with sunlight and everything, but she talks of the light changing, dear, in that conservatory, in that part of the house. Have you got her picture in the conservatory? Which you've got a picture in that conservatory somewhere? You don't have anything there? She's giving me a picture hanging on the wall, close to that conservatory. I feel it's her picture she's referring to. If not, please don't worry. Please just know she's come in. She needs you to know that she's been around you probably in the last 2 or 3 weeks more so. There's something, I don't know, but her energy's been sitting with you very, very much. Can you take Martha? Mary, Martha. Martha, she's showing me. Please don't worry. I'll leave her with you. She's giving me much love around family and around you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Phil. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and a beautiful demonstration from Elizabeth. Just some notices before we close this service. Leslie Moulton, who heads up our healing group at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, is starting a new accredited healing course weekly at Wimbledon Church on a Friday evening. This course takes 2 years, which does seem a long time, but it goes very quickly. And at the end, you will become a fully qualified, accredited healer. If you are interested, then please personal message or contact Leslie via our Wimbledon Spiritualist Church Facebook page. Please join us live in church or online via Zoom for our Wimbledon Friendship Club on Wednesday, June the 7th from 11:30 until 2 in church and 11:30 until 1 on Zoom. The Zoom booking link is on our WSC Facebook page, or you can pay £3 on the day if you are coming to the church. The healing clinic, Animals Included, is every Thursday, 10 till 12 noon at Wimbledon. There's a free will donation and parking is available opposite the church on 2 metres, if available, or in the Hartfield Road car park next to Morrison's. On June the 15th, I am starting a new format open platform at Wimbledon for advanced and working mediums, where we practice and polish our spiritual communication, inspirational speaking, and platform presentation. Audience members are also welcome to support the mediums. On June the 29th at our sister church, Hackbridge, Ivan Lee is giving a demonstration of mediumship at 7 o'clock. Tickets are available in advance via our Facebook page link. On June the 15th, there's a mediumship workshop with Ivan Lee at Hackbridge on the development of spirit communication in one-to-one readings and on platform. That is from 12 noon until 3 p.m. As yet, we have not had a confirmed medium for next Sunday, but if you watch the Facebook pages, this will be announced as soon as possible. Please keep up to date with activities and special events, courses, workshops and demonstrations on our Facebook pages and Instagram, where you will find links to pre-event booking facilities. I would now like to ask Elizabeth to close the service in prayer. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I could just ask you to close your eyes. Thank you. Dearest Father in Spirit, our prayer is offered freely, with love and with gratitude for our connection with Spirit. We ask, Great Spirit, that you walk each step with us as we offer our words humbly, simply, in appreciation for all that is Spirit. Dearest Father, we ask for Spirit's presence in all we do as we leave here today. We ask for the presence for the earth and her animals, who deserve nothing but compassion and love. We take much comfort in offering our prayer from this wonderful place, this wonderful sanctuary, our spiritual haven from our restless world. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. And as a token of our appreciation, I'd like to present you with these sweet sheets. Thank you. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, in the congregation and online, just as we are about to finish our service, I would like to leave you with a very special Scottish blessing. If there is righteousness in the heart, there will be beauty in the character. If there is beauty in the character, there will be harmony in the home. If there is harmony in the home, there will be order in the nation. If there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. So let it be. Thank you, everyone, and have a safe journey home. God bless you.